Renaud, Pete, welcome. Renaud, last year was a record year for asset managers. 2025 has, shall we say, started slightly differently. How has that affected the industry? This is something you've been looking at in your latest report.
That's right. Thanks, Georgie. Yeah, indeed. Last year was very good, plus 12%. Now, what's interesting is most of that growth actually came from market performance. And guess what happened in Q1? No market performance, really, the market tank. And that has meant a very different environment for asset management clients. A lot of pressure on margin, so they need to take action now. It has also meant, more volatility, and so it's been a challenging environment for those players. What we haven't seen, we've read a lot about, but we haven't seen yet in the number is money being pulled out of the US specifically, and I think that's a big question mark for us. But so far, the market volatility has driven lower performance for asset manager, but not yet outflow.
Pete, there's growing convergence between public and private markets. How is that playing out for asset managers?
Yeah, look, I think it builds on what we just talked about in the context of where the market is and where the market is going. And if you look at outflows specifically geared away from active mutual fund and, thinking about how asset managers who are geared towards those active mutual funds and now ETFs as well, but how do they diversify? And privates is a wonderful theme in that context. And we're seeing that convergence day in and day out. We're hearing about it in the context of not only high net, individuals on the retail side, but also, lower bands of wealth on retail and in general. So I think we're seeing more partnerships manifest across public and private that will deliver success over a longer duration.
Given what you've said and the changing environment, looking ahead, how do you see this playing out? Who will be the winners in this space? What characteristics almost will be required?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'd say the answer is going to be a little bit different for private and public. On the public side, we think it's going to be a lot about scale and access to distribution. That's really what's going to drive performance, and as well as partnership with private player. And for private player, similarly, I think the size will matter. The ability to have access to permanent capital like insurance or access to distribution like retail would continue to matter. And so it's going to be done through building organic capability, through acquisition of insurers, as we've seen a lot, and also through partnerships with traditional asset managers. So that's how we think the market will evolve.
Yeah. I think we've seen a lot of asset managers take advantage of the market and be ready for this kind of situation. So they're prepared for, what is likely more outflows. They're thinking about cost in a different way, and they have been for years. They're also thinking about technology in a different way in terms of how they build that technology to access new streams of revenue as well.
Pete, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.